Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of The Ordinary. I'm Jalp.
And I'm Buddy. And today, we're doing a bit of a reset. It's officially July, which means we're halfway through 2025.
This episode is all about checking in. No pressure to have crushed all your goals. This is about being honest, having a laugh, and figuring out what we actually want the rest of the year to look like.
Whether you've had a great first half or you feel like you're still kind of finding your groove, this episode's for you. So let's reflect, reset, and move forward together. All right, so reflecting back on the beginning of the year from January to June, and I guess, what were some unexpected wins or kind of moments that you're proud of?
Yeah, I would say one of the biggest unexpected wins for me was I didn't know I was going to change jobs, right?
That was this year.
Yeah, it was this year. So I started off thinking that I'll have another year in my old position. I didn't change the company, obviously. I just changed positions, but that position change kind of opened up a new area of future career prospects, I guess. Yeah, I'm still in the business world, but I'm in a different pathway.
But it's just a little bit of a pivot, right?
Yeah, and it's not like just because I left the other one, I don't have the option to go back. I can still do accounting and finance, but corporate strategy seems very interesting, and I'm excited to learn more about it. So I think that would probably be the biggest win this year for me. What about you?
Yeah, for me, I feel like I don't have one big moment like you do. I feel like it's a lot of small ones.
And luckily, we still have half the year left.
Exactly, we have half the year left. I'm trying to think I guess honestly, one of the biggest wins for me would be clarity in terms of what I want to do after my undergraduate degree.
That's a big
I guess that's a big thing. That kind of started in December, but we'll count it as a this year sort of thing. But that was really good because now I have something solid to plan for and work towards.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say that's the biggest thing for me.
Yeah. Any fun moments from the first half of the year or anything that you would like to share?
I feel like when school was still on, we hosted a few kind of girls' nights or whatever with a bunch of people. It was Mother people, but people at our place in Waterloo.
Yeah.
And I got to just connect with a bunch of people that go to, Laurier, Waterloo, whatever. And it was really fun. I got closer to a lot of people that I've always known, but I didn't really get that proper, not one-on-one time, but proper, quality time with them.
In a more of a less formal environment.
Exactly, yeah. A very chill environment. Yeah. What else was really fun? I went rock climbing for the first time.
Yeah.
And I fell in love. Have I gone again yet? No. But I will hopefully soon.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Because I told Jalp that I wanted to go rock climbing with him, and he has yet to follow through on that.
If Buddy remembers that she wanted to go rock climbing every 2 months, and then
2 months, brother. I went first time May. That was 2 months ago.
Yeah, so you remember last week.
No, I remember every 2 weeks.
Okay, every 2 weeks she remembers that she wants to go rock climbing, and it's my fault that we haven't gone rock climbing.
Yeah, because you have the busier schedule. Well, now I have the busier schedule, but before you had the busier schedule.
Okay, whatever.
Anyways, but yeah, I would say that was a really good highlight of mine. I didn't really go anywhere travel-wise. But I did just, hang out with friends. Small little day trips that were fun.
Okay.
What?
Why are you saying it like that?
Yeah, because I know you're going to talk about your favorite moment. And
what if I told you it wasn't that?
Okay, anyway, what about you, Joe?
Yeah, I think one of the favorite moments of the summer so far has been I am just really happy and grateful for my friends and really happy for them because many of them, not many of them, but 2 of them got engaged this summer. So it's it's a reflection moment. I'm like, damn, we grew up together when we used to talk about basketball, talk about little kid things. Now we're planning people's engagements, helping them get married and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? It's the beginning of that season for me, I would say, wedding and engagement season. This summer I've had 2 weddings, 3 weddings. One of them I couldn't make it, and 2 engagements or something like that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, a good amount of events happening. So it's fun celebrating all these people. I would say that's probably one of the favorite memories of the first half of the year. And obviously, you kind of hinted, I got to go to Hawaii, which is a really great trip. I went with three of my friends, and then one of our friends joined us for like 2-3 days.
Yeah.
But that was really fun. I feel like I've never felt really like in tune with the culture, or like, oh man, I wanted this lifestyle, like Hawaii, compared to any other place I've traveled, right?
Yeah.
I loved Iceland, but I wouldn't see myself living there long term, right? I feel like I'll be depressed over there, low key. Even Guatemala, great people, great everything, but not my place.
Yeah.
But Hawaii, like, best beaches I've ever been to, really good, like, fruits, and acai bowls, or is it acai bowls?
I think it's acai.
Acai, whatever, and I don't know, the weather's just nice.
Yeah.
And beautiful place.
Yeah, anytime Jalp would post in a story, like when he was in Hawaii, like, never more have I felt jealous. That was horrible English, but I've never felt more jealous in my life when he was in Hawaii. But it's okay, one day my time will come and I'll get to
Exactly. And I think we did a whole episode on this where, like, traveling and stuff, it's possible, and
you just
gotta wait for your time and be smart with it.
Exactly. Kind of going back to what you're saying about, like, especially the summer season right now, like, lots of big transitions for your friends, like people are getting engaged, married, and whatnot.
Yeah.
Obviously, my friends are not getting engaged or married. We're still pretty young.
Yeah.
But two of my best friends graduated.
Mm.
I think I want to say like 2 weeks ago or something.
Yeah.
I think one was a week ago, one was 2-3 weeks ago, and like that was really good. I felt I had like a little proud moment.
Are they excited, or do they feel nervous?
Well, yeah, I feel excited for them. They're obviously. I had to honestly remind them. I had to be like, like, you accomplished something really big, like you need to celebrate, go on a trip or something like that. But then they're like obviously stressed, about like, okay, what now? Some people are like job searching. That's a huge thing right now.
Yeah, and that's never fun.
And that's never fun, yeah. So like obviously for me, as someone who's not in their shoes, I'm like, woo, but like it's probably stressful for them.
Yeah, like
something came to an end, but the rest of their life just began, and like that's very scary.
Yeah, and like I feel like when you're in university, the expectation from you is to not have things figured out. But I don't know when it shifts, but as soon as you graduate, there's an expectation like you should have like your career. Maybe I'm making this up, but at least that's how I felt when I was done university. I was really stressed because I'm like, oh, I need to get a job. I need to like figure out what to do. I need to figure out where I need to live and stuff like that. So there's a lot of things you gotta, I would say, like, sort out. But my advice to anyone who's in that, someone who's gone through it, you're gonna be stressed. It's gonna be fine, but just you'll be okay. Take it easy, and don't forget to enjoy the time off from not working, because once you start working, you're never gonna get that time.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Going back to our discussion at hand, because I feel like we did talk either in the episode we were talking about 2025 resolutions before the year started. Yeah. Also, our little quarterly, not touch-in, what's it called?
Point?
Check-in. Touch-in. Our quarterly check-in that we did. Yeah. We talked about, like, routines or habits that we were working on or something like that. Kind of updating now, now that July has just began. What happened to those routines or habits? Like, did anything fall off? Like, I can start, for example. Yeah. I think I was very good from January to mid-April, I would say, maybe like beginning of April, before exam season hit, in terms of, like, my schedule and like waking up early and this and that or whatever. But as soon as school ended, my exams were over and I got home, I had this random, like, a little bit of like a leeway period between my work starting, because it just started last week. And what do you call it? School ending and work starting. Like, I had that period where I didn't really have too many obligations or anything like that. So I kind of was just like at home, like, I'd go hang out or do like small volunteering or this or that. But that's kind of where I felt like I wasn't waking up super early. I didn't really have a morning routine. My morning routine became more of like a late morning, early afternoon routine, kind of. Like, I don't wake up that late.
Yeah, you don't wake up that late.
I think me waking up late was like maybe like 8:45.
Yeah, which is
not bad. But like, to me, like, I do enjoy waking up early and like having to do stuff or whatever. But now that work has started, like, I'll have to be up like super early anyways. So now I can start incorporating, and kind of like tightening up that morning routine habit again. Yeah. But I did fall off on that a little bit. I would say like mainly May, because then June work training started, so then I was up again. But May, I kind of had like, I think May was my month. I was like slacking off.
Mm.
Like I didn't do too much.
And I think like that's fine. Like you just came from university exams and all that.
Yeah.
And you know that you are going to get back on track like when work starts. So you allowed yourself to like enjoy it a bit, which is
Yeah.
okay. But I know what you mean. Like I myself am a very like routine oriented person.
Yeah.
So when I'm not sticking to a routine, I feel a little bit off. I feel a little bit sometimes guilty. So that's normal.
Yeah. Also, like, this is probably not like the best thing to not like admit, but like not a healthy way to go about things. But like when I don't have a routine or when I don't have like much going on, that's when I feel like I will like I like look for things to think about. You know what I mean? And I like, and then like even like small little bumps feel like huge mountains.
Wow. I mean, you know, the common saying,
Idle mind is something.
an idle mind is a devil's playground. That's
Exactly.
something
The devil came to play in my head and me.
Right. I feel like your body wants to, or your mind, sorry, just wants to focus on negative sometimes. And
Yeah.
like when you're so busy with like work and life and like things going on, hanging out with friends, people, you don't have the time to listen to your negative thoughts. But
Yeah.
when you have nothing going on, that's when you start criticizing yourself, start criticizing what's going on and stuff like that. So I've felt that. Like I feel like when I'm bored or when I don't have any purpose or when I don't have something going on, um, you go a little bit crazy. It's normal.
Yeah. What about you in terms of your routines and habits?
Yeah. One thing I really am discovering about myself in 2025 is that number one, I think my fitness goals have changed a little bit in 2025.
Mm-hmm.
And the way I started off the year, like, I don't think like the themes have changed. Like, I still want to work out. I still want to be active. I still want to do X, Y, Z. Like, all the themes are there, but the execution has changed.
Right.
For example, my workout plans before were really more structured towards, I would say, bodybuilding.
Like aesthetics.
Aesthetics in bodybuilding. Now it's like strength and
Functionality.
athletic movements and stuff like that. So, but the theme over here, what I'm discovering in 2025, like a genuine thing, is that I'm enjoying seasons and flexibility. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So seasons meaning that, okay, life comes in seasons.
Yeah.
Right? So sometimes my season is enjoyment. Sometimes my season is working hard. Sometimes my season is learning. Right? So I feel like right now I'm in my season of enjoyment where I'm not being super strict about certain things that I will be when it's my season of working. I don't know why, but I feel like during the winter months, I have a different mindset. And during the summer months, I have a different mindset.
Okay.
Like right now, my focus is more on just enjoying time outside and everything like that. It's okay if I only get 2 or 3 workouts a week. But in the winter months, I feel like I'm more focused on like hitting my workouts or something like that. So I'm realizing that I don't need to be so type A because I'm a very type A person. I'm learning to be a little bit more flexible.
And I feel like I don't know if there's like science backing this or whatever, but I feel like in the summer and in the winter, like your personalities change in terms of like, you know, the whole like type A, type B thing. I feel like the summer is so much more fostering for like a very like chill, laid back, you know, lifestyle. Yeah. And I feel like even if you're type A, like you would describe yourself, like, I don't know if you feel this, but like I feel like in the summer you like allow yourself to just like kind of relax a bit, versus in the winter I feel like, you know, I don't know, the weather kind of makes you want to be like strict on yourself or something.
Yeah, and also in winter you're kind of forced to be indoors more. So you're forced to like work on things that are indoor oriented, and one thing people can easily work on when they're indoor oriented is themselves.
Exactly.
And like reading and stuff like that. But like my main thing is that I'm really proud of myself for learning, and this is like probably gonna lead into the next question is, what would you tell your January self? One thing I would tell my January self is that be flexible, be okay to ask yourself, what is making me happy right now? Right? Yeah. Let's say if you had a plan in place and you realize that plan is not leading to what you want. At the end of the day, the priority should be your happiness and your peace. Like if you are doing that, and if it's a little bit different from your plan, it's okay. I don't know if that makes sense, but
no, that does make sense.
Yeah, and like it's coming from a person that's very like type A structure thing.
Yeah.
So like I think once you go too much to one side, it's not good. So I'm learning to go a little bit more in the middle, which has helped me. But what about you?
Like what I would tell my January.
What would you tell your January self, or was there any goals or priorities that kind of changed that you didn't expect to change?
I think maybe my January self, kind of like you, was like,
Mm-hmm.
because I think it's like January, that's like the month of resolutions and this and that. Like with that, I think it's just like familiar, like territory or whatever, in terms of like wanting to be super like strict
Different and better.
different, and like I want to do a complete 180 with my life or this or that. So I tell my January self to chill. Like you can't change who you are completely within like 6 months, and also you don't need to change who you are. Like, do you know what I mean? Like maybe I would tell my January self, love yourself more. Cause
yeah, like there are things that everyone can work on, but like
out.
you also have a lot of things that you should be proud of yourself for.
Yeah.
Or like I feel it. Like I feel like in January everyone's so focused on how can I change myself for the better.
But you should also focus on like, because January you're like, oh, what do I want to change about myself? But like also like, what do I want to keep about myself that I like?
Yeah.
Like maybe you should also be focusing on that. Maybe next January I'll do that as well. Like I don't know, like you could say, for example, Jalp is a very dedicated person, so in January of next year he could say, I want to hold on to that dedication or something.
Okay, that's fair.
I don't know why I used you as an example, not myself, but
yeah, no, that's fair.
Yeah,
because I feel like it's so easy to look at good things in others, and sometimes we find it hard to look at the good things in ourselves,
which is
kind of dumb,
counterintuitive.
But I feel like, I don't know, maybe I'm making this up. I feel like I'm more of a nice guy to other people than I'm a nice guy to myself, which I don't mind because I think it helps me do better. But sometimes,
I definitely know people that are the opposite.
Yeah, and everyone's wired differently, so
yeah, that's true.
Who are we to judge?
I agree.
So now that we are at the halfway point of 2025, we still have another half to go. Yay. What are you excited about in the next 6 months?
Okay, more immediate, like more, I guess, closer in the future, I guess, near future, would be just the rest of my work. Because I do enjoy what I do in the works.
You enjoy chasing little kids?
I do. That sounds weird.
Yelling at them?
No, I don't yell at them.
Playing with them?
Yeah, I do play with them, but
weirdo.
Okay, anyways, I like my work. I think I've mentioned this before as well. I like where I work. Downtown Guelph is a cool location to work at. I work in a museum.
You just doxed us.
Oh shit. Anyways, I work in a museum, so that's really cool. It's a cool location. And yeah, so I'm excited for my work, and I'm also really like glad to have some sort of structure in my life. I'm so glad. Like, this is weird, and probably I should be like, this is something that I'm probably taking for granted. Some people probably don't think like this when they do this for more than 2 months at a time, but I'm excited for the 9-to-5 life, where I have 9-to-5 grind Monday to Friday, and then Friday evenings, and then the weekend off.
Yeah.
I know that's like your life all the time, but for me, those two, it's like exciting, those 2 months, because I feel like it's also a good transition into school, right? Because routine, then you go back to routine, where I have April, May, and a bit of June, to like lax off, I guess, and then slowly progress so that I'm ready for school when it starts in September. So yeah, near future, I'm super stoked for the rest of my work.
Yeah.
What else am I excited for? I'm also excited for school to start. It's going to be my final year.
Yeah.
So I'm going to really prioritize making memories and figuring my life out post-undergrad.
Yeah.
And trying not to freak myself out, which usually happens in September, but yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. You'll freak yourself out a little bit, and then you also learn a little bit more about yourself, learn more about your priorities. So I think you should be excited for that.
Yeah. Also, you know what? I have to be honest on this podcast. Anyways, as I mentioned before on this podcast, I signed up for a half marathon in October, and I will be so honest, when we were talking about habits and routines that we were trying to strive towards, I fell off on that. I have not properly got my foot in the door in terms of running. My foot is inside the...
No, foot out the door.
Foot out the... What did I say?
Because we're trying to run outside.
Oh, we're trying to run. Yeah, my bad. But yeah, I've been lacking on that, so you guys get to hear it first. I am really locking in on the running for the rest of the summer, because if there's good weather, like, I have no excuse. I've just been
Low key, it's not good weather though. Right now
it's
we
really
have
hot.
we have heat waves going on.
Okay, that's true. Like whatever.
But you should still run.
I should still run. I should run in the evenings, right?
Yeah,
Like,
you
at
can
night.
run now, for example, it's a good time.
Yeah, like after the sun sets, it's like honestly good for like a quick 30-minute run or something like that. But yeah, I'm going to lock in on the running as well. And I'm excited for that. And I'm also really, really, really excited for the half marathon because the reason I wanted to do it is because 2 years ago I went to Jalp's half marathon in 2023, and I literally fell in love with like all the people cheering.
Yeah, that's a really good part.
Like going to the finish line and like watching people like, you know, like cry and stuff. I'm like, wow, guys, I don't come off as this. Like I feel like I come off as like a non-emotive person, but like when I see like like the those like TikTok videos.
Who thinks that you're a non-emotive person? No, hold on. I think you're a very emotive person because you crash out on me like every 2 minutes.
But that's different.
Well, how's that different? Am I not a human being?
Okay. Anyways, I can crash out. It's fine. But like the whole like dominant human spirit, those videos or something like. Bro, I love those.
I don't know what that means.
Someone out there knows what I'm talking about. But it's like people finishing half marathons or people that like, well, this one's normal. I feel like anyone would get emotional at this, but like people going through chemo and then finishing their final round of chemo and being cancer free.
Okay.
Like I really love or I don't know, like.
No, I know what you mean. Like literally,
like those you like feel home like videos.
Yeah,
where, like
you feel like okay. Also, I feel like. I'm like, damn, I got all these people cheering me on.
Yeah, no, to me, it's just so beautiful. Like, all these people coming together for
you think you're in a movie?
Sure. No, it's not about me. I think it's about the people around me. Like, even when I went to watch you run, like, yeah, I cared about you finishing or whatnot. But just seeing everyone else, I was like, this is so beautiful. Like, with our free will, we're choosing to, like...
punish ourselves.
That and like also just come together and like be happy and cheer and like make funny signs and motivate people. I think it's so nice. But yeah, I'm super excited and stoked for that race. Well, it's not a race for me. It's very much something I finished because I don't think I'm going for time at all.
It's a race because you're racing
against yourself.
Against yourself, right?
You versus yourself.
Yeah, and that's the good thing about it. And like, no one really cares that you took, I don't know, like 3 hours to do it or like you finished in an hour and a half or something like that.
Yeah.
Except yourself. Like, you should be proud of yourself for even just signing up for it because a lot of people don't.
100%.
Right?
Yeah.
And I just want to say, I'm going to say publicly, I got 2 people to sign up with me. Or I know they haven't signed up yet, but I'm converting them. And maybe if I name drop them now
Who is it?
On the episode, like they're forced to. Anand Patel and Dave Yagnik will be joining me this year running the half. If they don't, you guys can call them out and say, hey, buddy, what happened to your half?
If they don't, future episodes, drop where they live.
Yeah. And I'll drop where they work as well so you can complain to them. But I got my friends, so I'm looking forward to that as well. But like you, like my running hasn't been, like I still like went on runs a while back.
Yeah, like I did it earlier on.
Yeah.
It's kind of soft.
I gotta train more than I am at the moment if I want to be like in good form for it. Like I'll finish it, I'll end up doing it, but I want to enjoy the training process. I think it's my running season now.
Exactly, and it'll be so rewarding, when that train pays off. Finish.
Yeah, and I think one thing that I don't know why, maybe I'm getting a little bit this is a new discovery. I'm getting afraid of getting old. So I've been like...
You know what? Yeah, I've noticed that about you. You keep on saying, oh, like, my hips, my joints, I want to play sports while I still can. And you said that literally yesterday.
Yeah, like, I'm like, bro, I'm only 24, but, like, I want to put in the work right now so that I can still play the sports. I like my body right now, and I do not...
I think it's good that you're, like, putting in the work right now so you have, like, a good, happy future, but also don't be afraid to age. I feel like so much of what we consume makes us scared to age or whatever, but I think aging is also nice. But I know what you mean, like physically.
Physically, I want to be able to do the things that I do right now for a long time because I really love like just playing sports, running around, like and doing things like that. And I don't know, I just want that feeling for a long period of time in my life.
Yeah, it's okay. I feel like that too. Like when I'm like chasing kids around at work.
Okay.
Like when we play like Octopus or Cross Canada or something, I'm like, oh my god, these kids have like endless energy and stamina, and I'm here getting winded.
Like I was playing soccer this week. I'm like, damn, like this is so fun. Like just running around, behind a ball is making me happy, and I want to do this when I'm 60.
Yeah.
But if I don't put in the work right now, I won't be able to. So I think like I'm not like afraid, but like I'm really like hyper conscious about
Yeah.
all that stuff.
Yeah. I remember another thing I'm excited about, which you kind of like reminded me, like the whole, you know, you're chasing the ball and you feel like this is so fun. You feel kind of like a kid again, right?
Yeah.
Me and my friend, also my roommate, we have decided, because we're both going into our final year, we want to make this year outside of school. Obviously, we're going to lock in for our final semester, get our grades up and stuff. But we also want to do like small things every week for our final year that like kind of bring out the kid in us again, and like do things for fun, and like, you know, like do fun things, not do things for fun, obviously.
Like do you have any examples?
For example, like if it's like, I don't know, Halloween or something, we might like dress up.
Oh my gosh.
Dress up, or we might like hand out stuff off our porch, because I think that's fun.
Oh.
I don't know. Well, obviously, we're not going to endanger ourselves, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're taking part in Halloween.
Yeah. And like I do that every year. It sounds
I know what you mean. You want to remind yourself to enjoy the moment.
For example, an example of something that wow. For example, one thing that we did last semester, which we've done a few times and it's so fun, is after dinner one day, if we feel a little, you know, like stuffed or whatever, most people will go on a walk or something. What we do is we go on a walk, and my roommate will have a tennis ball in her pocket, and then we see a nice field. We'll sometimes go to the football field by Waterloo, and we'll play catch. We'll play catch and we'll talk, and we'll do that for like 45 minutes, an hour or something, and then go back home. But stuff like that, I'm like, I literally can do that every day, but I just forget I can. So like doing things that like, I don't know, are like a lost art. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I feel you. I feel like when I was young, I was so excited to grow up. Now that I'm older, I'm not old, but now that I'm older, I'm like, why did I want to be old so fast? I'd rather enjoy this time right now, right? And this is kind of weird, but like, I'm like, bro, in my life, I have maybe 3, 4, or maybe 5, or maybe 20. I don't know, when I get married and like settle down, like those many years left in me, where like it's just about me, and I don't have to worry about like anything else, right? So like I want to make the most of this time right now. I want to make the most of it. I want to make the most of like running around, playing sports. I want to make the most of that. So if you're in a similar position, remind yourself that you don't have to pressure yourself to grow up all the time. You can enjoy the moment.
Yeah.
Now that we kind of talked about like some habits and stuff that we worked on in the first 6 months, might have not, are there anything that you want to continue or maybe try again in a different manner? Or is there anything new that you want to introduce in your next 6 months?
I think my resolutions and like the goals and stuff that I've wanted to focus on, a lot of them have been like more like tangible and like physical maybe, and like or whatever, but like I kind of want to build more habits. Don't look.
I'm trying to understand.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to build more habits like for my mental maybe. Like I want to do more like self-help stuff. Because I think I mentioned this before. I've tried journaling. Yeah. But for me, it became super self-centered, and I felt like it was not a productive thing for me to do. Yeah. Productive, like not like in a productive way, like work way, but like in a good way for me.
Like, it didn't provide you much value.
Value, exactly. So I don't know. I want to kind of research a bit more and like reevaluate. Maybe I can like redo the journaling stuff and make it a bit more quote unquote productive for myself, or more effective. That's the word. But like, yeah, I want to do a bit more self-help. Maybe I'll read like this summer. Like I do enjoy reading in the summers quite a bit. So maybe I'll read a self-help book.
Or maybe you could try like going to your school counselor. Like most universities offer like free therapy stuff.
I've been trying. I'm like, oh, I'll sign up. I've said that literally the past 3 years, and I never do. I don't know why, but maybe this semester I will.
Yeah, you should look into it. This will be the only time where it'll be free. I'll be honest with you. Because now you got to pay for a therapist if you want to go.
You're right.
Luckily, if you have insurance, it's covered, but that's only a limited amount, right? Mm-hmm. So make the most of it. And then, yeah, anyone listening to this, you don't have to go to a therapist just when you're like down bad, right? Like that. You can go to a therapist. Let's say like if there are things that you want to process that you don't really know how to process and you want help, you can go to a therapist. Or if there's sometimes you just want to talk to someone without them like being involved in your personal life, like a neutral party,
Yeah.
right? It's people say like, oh, talk to random people. Like, no, nobody does that, right? Like, no one just shares their life story to a random person at the subway station, right? And that, like, you're not gonna do that.
Yeah.
So therapists are paid to do that. So go for it,
Yeah. But yeah, for me, like maybe focus a bit more on like internal self-help rather than just external, like working out or something like that. Because
That's
I
fair.
feel like I could do with some of that. What else? Again, just kind of I feel like I'll be better now that I have more routine to my life, but continue, sticking to my morning routines and doing things that make me feel good in the morning before I start my day.
Yeah.
I feel like that will get better and better as the days go by. Yeah. What about you?
Any habits and stuff? Or
Like specific habits?
like, no, what's the question?
Oh, like are there any goals or habits you want to try again or do differently, or any new things you want to do?
I think I don't want to introduce more habits or goals at the moment. I think I have enough on my plate, so I want to focus on those goals. But the mindset that I want to move forward with is, all the mindset I discovered was like flexibility and like focusing and prioritizing things that actually make me happy and like, provide me with peace. So I think that's the rest of the year. I want to focus on that. I don't really want to introduce anything new. What else? I think one thing I am realizing is that you always are going to be so future focused, or at least I'm so future focused, where you're always figuring out like, what do I need to do next? What do I need to
What's next? Yeah.
I'm trying to minimize that. So I guess that'll be one of the habits, or
Be
like
more present.
be more present.
I think that's something I would also like to work on as well.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's something we all have to work on forever and ever.
Yeah, and
being more present, because I think, like you said, it's human nature to just like,
mm-hmm.
Future or past, right? Like,
yeah, or like even like when I say be more present, like sometimes me being present doesn't mean that I have to be on my phone and like just scrolling. I feel like I'm so mindless sometimes.
Be like, yeah, like present, but like actually present, like aware and present.
Yeah, be like an old man that's sitting on a bench and just like in the moment,
For example, like sometimes I see old people just sitting there and I'm like, I almost start pitying them. I'm like, wow, they're not on their phones. They're not like playing something.
Or they're not talking to anyone. They're not listening to music.
Yeah, so I'm like, are they depressed or something? I'm like, no, they're probably just chilling.
They're at peace, in the present.
You know what Master Oogway says?
What does he say?
Let me remember. It's
eat more noodles.
No, not eat more. No, Master Oogway is not Poe's dad. Master Oogway is a turtle.
Oh, no.
But he says, what was it? Yesterday was a mystery. Tomorrow is... No, yesterday was history. Tomorrow is a mystery. But today is a gift. That's why it's called the present.
Present. Exactly. That's right. Be more present. Mm-hmm. That's something I'll work on.
Yeah. Also, another thing, and I feel like you and I are honestly getting more and more better at doing this, is being more grateful, like on the daily. I feel like gratitude is so good because gratitude fuels positivity, and positivity prevents sadness.
Yeah. One thing being more grateful has allowed me to do is be less high maintenance. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like I realize like once you're grateful for like the small things, you realize, man, I don't really need anything else.
And
I don't need to spend another freaking $100 on this item that's not really going to provide me with anything because I have everything I want.
Yeah.
I think I want to focus on becoming more low maintenance.
Low maintenance?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do with some... No, I'm just playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. But yeah, gratitude is something I also want to work on. I'm trying to think.
Is there a theme or a word that you would want the rest of your 2025 to be about?
Happy.
Nice.
I'm just kidding. I don't know. What about you? Do you have anything? Let me think. I need a minute with this.
I'm in my like there was a hot girl summer era.
Yeah. I mean, it's going right now.
It always going right now. I'm in the male equivalent of that.
Hot boy summer?
Hot boy summer, I guess. Yeah, I'm just trying to enjoy my summer.
So for the rest of the year, your motto is hot boy summer.
Hot boy summer, and then
until December.
Yeah, and then in spring it will be what?
Spring is.
Oh shit! What comes after summer? Fall. It will be fabulous boy fall, and then in the winter it will be wonderful man winter.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the rest of my 2025.
What about in November?
Huh? It will be for men's mental health and prostate cancer because that's a big cause of men dying. So that will be.
I don't mean to laugh when you said that. I was laughing about.
No, it's okay.
I was laughing about my
This
joke.
is why men have mental health issues because women laugh at their mental
I was
health
laughing about
problems.
my own joke.
No, it's okay. You are happy to see your brother gone every second that you talk.
But yeah, I like that. Hot boy summer. I will
Yeah.
also.
Yeah, dude, I don't really have like any big themes or goal. I just want to enjoy the rest of my 2025.
Me too. You know what? For me, it's just positivity. Things will work out. Just positive.
I think I'm also like getting tired of like self-work a little because I think I overdo it sometimes.
I think you overdo it and I need to do it.
Yeah, and I overdo it to the point where like I am like rebounding. I am like unworking myself a little, which I kind of enjoyed this process. I don't know how long it'll go for until then I start rewiring myself again because I feel like I'm a science experiment. I just experiment on myself sometimes.
You do that. Like, I feel like if you overdo it, then you like you become too good and you're like, let me self-sabotage and then
I don't think I'm too good, but I just feel like
no, I know.
Yeah, I just want to let me be, like, don't touch me. I'm telling myself not to touch me or touch my head.
Don't touch yourself.
Yeah, like stop therapizing your head. Stop like physically trying to alter your body. Stop trying to make yourself into something that you're not. Just be happy with who you are and like accept your flaws. Enjoy life. You're not perfect.
Nobody's perfect.
Nobody's perfect. Stop trying to be perfect. Just be a better human being and be at peace with who you are.
I love that.
Amen.
Peace and positivity.
Yeah, I want to be a PP boy.
Me too. I want to be a PP girl.
Yeah, I want to be a big PP boy.
Okay.
Big on peace and positivity. I think If is there any like thing or event or anything that's happening in the second half of 2025 that you're looking forward to?
I'm trying to think. Well, I already mentioned one, the half marathon in October.
This is gonna be edited out, but Buddy just farted. This part I'm not editing out.
No. Do you have any?
I got one more big wedding coming up. The first wedding of my friend group.
When's that?
August, so next month, not this month.
Mm-hmm.
So looking forward to that. Looking forward to saying that we have a husband in our group.
Your husband.
I'm not gonna be. No, what? No, like we're gonna have a husband. Like this was crazy.
You're gonna have a husband.
No, like our friend group is gonna have a husband. Like what the hell? Like I thought we were kids. We have a husband now.
That is crazy.
Right? So like,
who knows? Next year you might have a father.
Yeah, no. Next year we're gonna have 2 more husbands. It'll be 3 husbands in the group, and then a potential father, which is crazy to me because I'm like, God damn, somebody calls this man a husband. This guy, my friend, he's a husband. I can't believe it. But like, yeah, that's crazy. Another thing I'm looking forward in 2025 is I'm really looking forward to fall because I've gotten into fashion.
Oh, yeah.
You saw that, right? Like I've been like trying to, like, I don't know, be a fashionista. I got Pinterest. I'm like saving outfits and stuff. So like I'm kind of exploring that part about myself.
I love summer, obviously, but I think my favorite season is by far fall.
I love the clothes.
Fall is because when fall occurs, it's so easy to romanticize your life, and that is just so fun.
For me, it's the coffee hits better, the weather hits better,
sweater
walks.
Sweater.
Yes, yeah. What else is good about fall?
I'm just more contemplative, but like in a positive way. Fall.
Oh, football season! Football season is coming up.
Oh.
There is the first football game.
I honestly got more into football properly, like on my own accord. It's not just because you and I are watching.
Yeah.
And like I really enjoy it.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go to another game this year. Sure, and I want to go to a basketball game. The Raptors, obviously, I don't know what's gonna happen to them, but I'm looking forward.
I saw a video of the Raptors, and they were dancing. Like they were doing a choreographed dance,
which was dribbling moves and stuff. So I'm looking forward to that. And who knows? We take the day as it comes. But
I'm looking forward to my birthday because I'm turning 21.
Yeah.
I'm legal in the U.S.
Woo! I'm turning 25. I round up to 30 now.
You do? You're at the top of the gas station.
Yes. What?
That's the analogy I learned on how to round numbers.
Mhm.
It's 1, 2, 3, 4 is going up the hill. At the number 5 is the gas station at the hill.
Mm.
And then you have enough fuel to round down for 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I learned that in like the 3rd grade. and
I
it's
just learned
stuck.
that 1, 2, 3, 4. When you hit 5, go jump.
Go jump, yeah. No, I learned the gas station hill analogy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited for my birthday.
Okay, now that we kind of did self-reflection, it'll be kind of interesting to like reflect on each other since we had this year to spend a lot of time together.
Naturally.
Naturally, you are my sister, unfortunately.
Mhm.
But what would you say is one of the things that you saw in me like grow or like improve in, and then one thing that you have for me that I should focus on for the half of the year?
So, one thing I did not see grow in you was your height.
Thank you.
I'm just kidding. One thing I saw you grow in, I guess, would be like kind of just like being like chill more. Because like you said, you're like kind of like wired a little differently than I am. Not that I'm like super chilled, laid back, nonchalant. Like I'm pretty like, as you know, I'm dramatic and I crash up quite easily, especially with like siblings and stuff. But like one thing I've seen in you is like you're very like, I think Hawaii changed you. But like you were changing, you were changing before Hawaii too. But I think you're in like really, for lack of better terms, like you're really embracing the Hawaii lifestyle, and I hope that like carries forward into forever, because that'd be cool to have like a very like Shaka brother, you know, like
Yeah, rad.
rad, gnarly, yeah. But what else? And what was the second part? Like, what do I want to see?
Or like any feedback you have for me for the upcoming 6
I
months.
think yeah, enough with the self-help.
Yeah, fair enough.
Leave those books to me. You just like, I feel like you're like I feel like you don't need to work on yourself that much. Like, I think you're honestly pretty fine. I feel like you're just hard on yourself sometimes. So just like chill. That's my wise advice for you.
Fair enough.
Yeah. What about me?
I think one thing that I've noticed you...
Don't chill.
Huh?
Don't be chill.
No. I think as an older brother, I have noticed you have a little bit of more of a shift into like being more serious about your goals, being more ambitious, being more open to trying new things, being more open to like, just being more open to sharing your thoughts, sharing like who you are as a person.
Yeah.
Because like, for example, I think, I might be wrong, you open up a lot to me.
Yeah.
Right? And I know you're a really great person.
Yeah.
Right? And I think it would be so nice for you to share that with the rest of the people around you, rather be friends and things like that. But being open to just being yourself, I've seen you do a better job of that this the last 6 months. And I think you are ready to like explore more about yourself, which I think that sometimes you put off.
I do.
Right? So I've seen you do that more often. Like you're okay with liking what you're liking. You're okay with the not knowing. And you're okay with like being in more uncomfortable situations, I guess. So I see that you are ready for like some sort of, I don't know, not self-development, but like just tapping into who you are and learning more about yourself. I see that happening now.
Thank God. I'm excited for this.
Yeah, so like I think I really saw that. And one thing that I would say that you want to continue on in 2020, the rest of the 2025, would be just continue being okay with who you are. And if there's things about you that you want to work on, don't be afraid to address them.
And work
on them. Right?
Period.
Don't be afraid to open up things that you might have put away.
Yeah.
Right? Because sometimes we do that. It's okay. We will deal with it later. It's okay. I'm okay. And then like...
Don't bring that back.
like put a Band-Aid on it and like put it. But like, it's okay. We got to figure it out.
It's okay. I'm not okay.
Yeah. I think when people learn a lot about themselves, they just come out as better human beings.
100%, yeah.
Right? More confident human beings because they know who they are. So I'm excited for you for the rest of 2025, especially when you are entering your last year of university. I'm excited for you to like make some big girl decisions.
I'm stressed, but yes, I'm excited too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's good.
One other thing you should do,
Mhm.
because I was thinking if I was a guy and I had hair, like if I was not a bald guy and I had, well, I worded that horribly, but I would grow a mullet. So I think you should grow a mullet.
I did
'Cause
that
I
last
can't-
year.
Well, like you should like actually commit to it, or grow like some proper lettuce, like have a like a decent flow. Because if I was a guy, because sometimes I have that urge, I'm like, what if I just get a shave my head and then just
Yeah.
grow a mullet? Like obviously I'm not gonna do that because that's crazy for me, but you should do that.
Yeah, I think spring is coming up. My hat.
Spring already
Jesus
happened.
Christ. Fall is coming up. I love wearing hats, so I will be growing some lettuce. So
Who knows? If you grow it long enough, I'll braid your hair.
I don't
You
know.
can put beads in it. You can put tinsel in your hair.
Fair enough.
You can do 2 little Dutch braids.
But yeah, that was the first half of 2025, and me and Buddy did a good job of trying to figure out what the next half of 2025 looks like. If you guys enjoyed this, if you guys enjoyed reflecting back on our 2025, we would encourage you guys to do the same. Take some time, maybe with your sibling, maybe with your family or friends. Look back on your 2025. Ask yourself, what did you enjoy the most? What did you learn about yourself? And what do you want to do better for the rest of 2025?
And yeah, like Jalp said, we'd love to hear your reflections, right? So you can message us, leave a comment, share your word for the second half of the year with us, and just let us know how you're doing.
Yeah, we appreciate every interaction, and we wish you guys the best of 2025. Thank you. Come again.